Oh, look at this. Hi. Where- Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Dan. Hi, Joseph.
How are you?
We're well. How are you two? Enjoying
Hi,
sunny
Maria.
Florida?
Hi, Maria. Yep.
Oh, man, tank tops. We were back to like 32 degrees today. Hi, Dan.
Oh,
Hi,
yeah?
Kim. Yeah, it was snowing a little bit. I couldn't believe it.
It's March.
It's supposed to snow in March.
Oh, man. This is not fair. And it's going to be up to 60 on Wednesday, so I'm looking forward to that.
There you go. That's good.
Are
Hey,
you guys,
Dan. Hi, Kim.
are you guys cold there, Dan and Kim?
It's right chilly right now.
Yeah.
We're going to hit 70 this week,
Okay. Yep.
or this coming week.
Thank
You guys
you.
been on the water in Tampa?
Pardon me, Dan?
Have you been on the water?
Yep, we were supposed to go today, but we spent all morning helping our club managers unload a shipping container of boats from China. The kind
Wow.
of
That's fun.
canoes we paddle, and we like to go help them unload that. And so we did that, and by then that was enough for me. I came home and I took a nap. Joseph built a paddle rack
Very industrious.
Is that a kit? Is that a kit or built from sticks?
from 2x4s and 2x2s. Dana, we can barely hear you again.
Sorry.
He's
Hi,
eating.
David Lincoln. Hi, Paul Paul.
Hi.
Oh, he's gone.
All ran away.
And he's gone.
And he's gone. We didn't catch his attention quick enough.
How are you guys?
Good.
Good. How are you?
Good. There, he's back.
Hi, Paul Paul. Is
Hey, Paul, what you got there?
that a John Deere, like, tractor thing?
What's in your mouth?
Give me a mouth.
Oh,
What is it?
Water.
Oh, he drooled on the keypad, which made it like sometimes moisture affects like touch.
It's a tractor part, right?
Yeah, it's a tractor. Yeah,
John
I
Deere.
can't bring our screen back because he drooled on the tractor.
What shirt tails are for? Can you hear us now?
Yeah.
Distant. But you're better.
There we go.
Oops,
Yeah.
Oops, the daisy.
No, Paul like drooled on the thing and I can't find my mouse now.
Yeah, we drooled on a recorder today. Say hi to Paul. Remember playing with him? No? In New Jersey? He wasn't walking. He was exploring. Oh, I'm sure glad it's Friday, everybody.
Got a photo of Paul and Maria standing in front of the widescreen TVs, spanking the TV when Dad was on the video.
Those are great pictures.
Fun stuff.
Hi, Holly.
Hi.
Hey, Holly.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Granola Holly.
Hello, Dan. Hello, Kim. Hello,
Great stuff.
Maria. Hello, Bronwyn. Hi, David. Lincoln.
Oh.
Holly, how do you get your granola to have such great texture and to stick together? I mean, I make granola pretty badly, and I put syrup and I put honey sometimes, and the darn stuff just doesn't stick.
I don't know.
Maybe I don't put
You know-
enough of it.
Well, I don't,
Holly, that you eat your granola with yogurt?
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I can, hey, Paul.
You eat Grandma Holly with yogurt? Yeah, you do.
Uh,
That's secret ingredient.
I can send you that recipe and sort of what I do, but I don't stir it or anything when it's baking. I just let it bake in the pan.
Right.
You should.
Let it,
Makes sense.
let it cool
Scale-
completely
scale
and
up.
then break it up.
How thick is it in the pan when you're baking it?
Right.
Because
It's a big half sheet. Dad used to stir his a lot. He used a totally different recipe, I guess, but his was very good. And it's not always the same, even though I basically do it the same every time. And sometimes it's crunchier than other times.
That's
I
Kim's
tend to-
banana bread. She makes banana bread all the time. And every time she makes it, it's just a little bit different.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I say, capture that one. Capture that one.
Yeah.
It's good.
But I can send you what I do and then, you know.
Yeah.
But I use a big, rimmed baking pan. It's not
Right.
yeah. And
Yeah.
I do it on parchment paper
Yep.
because it just makes such a mess in the pan. I can't handle it.
Right.
Right. And you also press it down. You press
And I
it down with a
press it.
spatula.
I press it with I actually use a thing. I think it's for pounding meat. It's a big heavy weight on a handle,
Uh-huh.
Ah,
and
Good idea.
but it tells you can use a spatula or anything to smash it down into the.
Whoosh.
action.
Hi, Jill.
Hey, hi Jill. Hi
Hey,
Paul.
Getting a blanket hug with Mama.
Brother of the year.
Aw.
I should say so.
Yes.
Almost two. Almost two.
That's right. Wow.
Done with one.
Next time we talk, 5 plus 14. Nope, not yet. He'll still be 1 next time. One after that. We'll have a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
Wow. Where's Dessa tonight?
She's in the bath.
Oh, fun.
Still light where you are.
Yeah. Oh, we've turned the corner. We're in good shape here.
Hmm.
I mean, except for climate change.
Except for what?
Do you know what those bowlers?
Climate change.
Oh, climate.
But I mean, we've got a very moderate but good melt going on.
Uh-huh.
But ice skating season is done for sure. The lakes are still traversable barely, but I would say by the end of this weekend, not be out on a lake.
Nice.
We're hitting 50s consistently, which is nice. And yeah, really nice to be out and walking and
Mama sits here.
taking walks, family walks and individual walks. You're able to, escape the house during the workday, which is a little nice.
Yes.
When we go wait for Odessa now outside the school, you're not like grumpy because they didn't call on you to
Oh, you know what? You
like
brought it. It's
ask
in the kitchen.
your kids so they can come,
This part?
so they can go get them and bring them
It's in
out.
the kitchen.
Like it's not a big deal to wait outside. So
Yeah, it's beautiful. I've gone on a walk pretty much every day this week, I think, and it's just, yeah, it's game changing.
Yes.
Are you milder too, Bronwyn?
Oh, we're 32 today, but we had some nice weather, and we're gonna get some nice weather. But it was a little bit of snow, But I agree. Being able to go the other day, I walked up and down our driveway, and it was just so changes your whole outlook on life.
Does.
To have sun and air, fresh air. Dana and Joseph and Holly are like, yeah. Well, we always
Yeah.
so jealous. I get why you all live in Florida. Part of me gets it. A lot of me gets it. It's a beautiful place.
Yeah, this time of year is not my favorite time of year,
Yeah.
however. It's just so many people from so many places, and I don't blame them for wanting to be here, but oh my goodness. How did they get here driving the way they drive? I don't know.
Oh, here we got Sarah. Hi, Sarah.
Hey, Sarah.
Hello, hello. Oh,
Hi, Sarah.
So is
Hey,
Pence there
Paul.
now, Holly?
What?
Is Pence down there now?
I have no idea.
Can't see her face. We can just.
Well, you would know if there he was a big.
They don't make a big, I don't think they'll make a big deal out of it. I mean, we won't have 30 big black sedans, you know.
Like
stop-
the usual.
Yeah, there'll probably be
It'd
three.
be cool if Pence got featured in one of those like random talking head things in the island paper, like as if you're.
Yeah, okay.
What's your favorite thing to do on the
Holly,
island?
I don't want that.
Like,
No, thank
there's
you. I
my
don't want any
Pence.
chips.
I think Betty and Pat think that he's got a home somewhere, but I don't know where it is, and I don't even want to know where.
Wouldn't
it
he go
is.
to Captiva? Wasn't that where he would head to when
I
he
really
gave?
don't know. I thought it was Sanibel somewhere.
I thought he headed to Captiva, but
Willard Scott was.
always thought.
Willard Scott was on Captiva, wasn't he?
Who?
Willard Scott.
Yes, he was right next door to where your dad, where
He did
Randy
stay
was
there.
living.
Yeah, and you're.
he did stay there once. You're right.
Yeah, he had a home there. He and his wife Mary.
I mean, you can't put
Oh, but
chips
Joe
in.
was just saying that at least one time, remember, Mom, that Pence stayed down near my dad near Briggs Park.
Right,
Is that whole
Right.
thing?
right, like San Carlos Bay Drive. And they may still, but I just don't know. I don't follow it. I would try to ignore it if I could. We just had a little Sanibel, Sanibel just had a city council election, and I was very pleased to see that the guy who was so supportive of Trump, who actually was on the city council, dropped out off the city council to run for Lee County Commissioner, lost that race and decided he wanted to come back and be a city council person after all, and didn't get it. I was so, yeah.
Who's that?
Yeah,
What's his
really.
name? What's his name, Mom?
Jason, I don't know how to say his last name, Maughan, Maughan,
Oh,
Mon.
Maughan.
Yeah.
Yeah, he lives in Belmead.
Morgan. Hi, Morgan.
birthday girl.
Yay, happy birthday.
girl.
Hey, Morgan.
Hi.
Andre.
Feliz cumpleaños.
Deer in the headlights.
Hi.
Hey, how was your birthday?
Oh, Paul. Great. A little wiser, a little older.
You get to like do any hanging with friends after work or do anything fun? No. Corona birthday.
That's it, baby.
Yeah.
Love it. Small group tonight. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess Matthew said he couldn't make it. Could anybody open up that video he sent?
I just tried because that was the first time I'd seen it. I was looking for the link to this and I saw his thing and I thought, oh, I'll try to watch that quickly, and it wouldn't open for me.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I could.
I'll have to play with it later.
I don't think I got it.
Did he send it today?
Yeah,
Yes.
within a few hour. It's in that same string of emails starting with Bronwyn.
Okay.
Hi, Paul.
Aw.
Did you have fun at school, Paul? Did you go to school today? Daycare?
Oh, we can't hear him.
Oh, I can't hear you.
That's, well, they're muted.
He's muted.
He's muted.
Did
He's
you
talking.
mute yourself?
I
He's
can try.
talking and he's muted.
Hey, Paul, can you unmute it?
I just
Oh,
pressed
that's
the
right.
button for him.
Touchpad's
Paul,
got
can you
slobber on it.
unmute?
All right, that's right, you're one.
It's an important step, Paul, learning how to unmute Zoom.
Or mute, more importantly. I'm pressing the button to ask him to unmute. It should pop up on his screen as a big thing to touch, but well, he's looking at it probably.
Well, Paul slobbered on the touchpad and David
that's
was having trouble
right.
moving the
Here's some
cursor.
assistance.
So it may not be possible.
There
There it
There
is.
he is.
There he is.
Mom
Now we
saved
can
the
hear
day.
you, Paul.
Saw the host trying to help him out, but
Yes.
the host would like you to unmute. I don't think we should just you're up there with you guys. You play peekaboo?
Did you have fun at
Peekaboo.
daycare, Paul? Did you have fun at daycare today?
Did you play at daycare today? Your pants? Did you poop? Oh, you pulled your pants down your butt. Okay, look at little bear. Pulled his diaper right off.
Yeah.
Right, Jill. Ask it off.
Well, that's his reactions. You can push one of those.
Push the heart.
You want to push the heart? Or the hand? No.
So what about Washington weather? Is that milder? Do you have cherry blossoms now?
Right, yeah.
No,
Not
the
yet.
fourth.
They're, well, they're a couple weeks.
The
Uh-huh.
fourth.
And he's
And QAnon didn't attack the Capitol.
No, that was lame duck. I could have told you that after they did all the arrests, nobody was gonna put their skin in the game.
I heard on somebody talking on NPR that just a blurb that said that they saw a QAnon post that person or those people thought it was a trick. That it was.
Oh, it's all a conspiracy theory. Everything's a conspiracy theory.
Conspiracy to get them to come to the Capitol so that they could be arrested.
And now they would.
I thought that was pretty funny. Oh gosh.
Morons.
Your dad got his first shot today, David. Did you know that?
That's great.
No, he was scheduled, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you telling me he went all the way up where you did, Holly?
No, he didn't. He
Cape
went
Coral.
to Cape
That?
Coral. He went to a Publix in Cape Coral.
Hey, what, there's a walk up or you actually got an appointment for him?
Yeah.
Oh, appointment. His friend Mary got through and
Oh,
made
good.
him an appointment on Monday. Monday she got through.
I tried for an hour this morning and I didn't get one.
Wow.
You ready to eat some food?
We'll let Holly try to get it for you. She's good at it.
That's good. He was excited about it.
You know which one he got?
No. Moderna probably, because that's what Publix has been, that's what they've been handling,
Mhm.
but I don't know for sure.
Good, 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 good.
So 6 weeks from now is what?
I don't know.
I'll be there in a sec.
42
Oh,
days.
it's like tax day.
Close to it.
Hopefully we can have some grandparents up here in May.
In April or May.
May is when I'm looking at, David. I asked the Repsdorfs, they said no problem. And I'm telling
Yeah.
everybody that
Be right back.
I think will want me, that as soon as things, I had a call today and the people said, oh, we're going to start traveling. And I said, not May.
Yeah. Too
Well,
bad.
I'm away in May. And they said, well, we'll work around your schedule. I said, okay.
We're making plans for July. We're going to be gone for a big chunk of July, we hope, if we've gotten vaccinated.
Where are you going?
We're going to try to go out to the Gorge Race, which is in Oregon, which, you know, we were signed up to do last year. It's the one on the Hood River, which runs between, or Columbia River, running between Washington and Oregon. It's a week-long downwinder event, and then culminating with a race.
Downwinder.
Right.
You mean downstream?
Would you drive there?
You essentially, yes, essentially what you're doing is going downstream. That's right. But we call them downwinders because the wind is typically behind you.
Really? That's odd. That's a east to west river. I would have thought the wind was coming at your face.
It is. You're actually going upriver, but the wind's blowing in from the west.
Right.
And so the combination of a current running downriver and wind coming upriver creates big waves, and it's a wave riding event.
Interesting.
So we go do these downwinder paddlings. It's basically you're going with the wind and trying to ride the waves.
Got it. Very nice.
Are you going to drive?
No, we're going to fly. And, you know, we'd like to try to add a week or two on either side of it to do some other things in the Pacific Northwest.
Right.
And a number of old college friends out there that I'd like to try to connect with and see. And then, of course, you know, there's the state and national parks out there, and Vancouver, and just a lot to see. Portland and Seattle, and
Right.
Wow.
so we'd like to try to do that. They haven't made a final determination as to whether they're actually going to run it, but now that Biden said, you know, vaccines will be available for everyone by the end of May, we think they'll definitely do it because it's July 12 to 17, I think. So we're basically planning on being out of Florida for most of July, I think, at this point.
Good time to be away from.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
That'll be nice to get out of Dodge.
Yep.
See some world.
What about you, Brian? When are you traveling?
Well, I've been sort of asked by Kathy Fox, Matt's mom, to help her have a grandkid week in Hessel, Michigan. So I would bring Maria up, and then I would be there to help with the 5 grandkids, which I enjoy, but it's a bit of a rat race. So we'll see. Yeah, Matt and I both got our first shot last weekend, and I was in person this week for 2 days for one class, and then next week it'll be 2 days for like 6 classes. So it's slowly ramping up for me, and a little discouraging to see kids with their masks around their noses and having an attitude about pulling them up. And had a girl yesterday walk in the class and just pull her mask to her chin and start eating right in front of me. It's so hard to not just be like, flip out. Like, do you realize how long it's taken me to be in the classroom with you guys, and you're going to eat right in front of me? Like, it's just like, what are you doing? But I was double masked, and it's just frustrating.
Yeah.
But when everybody's working so hard and to have to deal with that level of kids just being like, oh, I'm not going to do it. I don't care. Make
Well,
me.
they're getting that from their folks, right?
Yes, exactly. They do. And Two of my kids, they spent the day in the office because they wouldn't pull up their masks with my substitute before I was able to be in the class. And it's just like so silly. You know, like you're really going to go to the office and have to spend the whole day there because you won't wear your mask properly? Like what?
Down here, we've got parents fighting the mask. You know, if the school says you need to wear a mask, one father in the news said he's taking his kid out of public school and putting it in a private school so he doesn't have to wear a mask.
Oh boy.
Knock yourself out, you know.
Yeah, right.
And he's teaching his kid.
Yeah.
It's very strange. But yeah, you know, and then this woman has started a whole thing, a whole you know, petition to at whatever school she's at, but because I don't know which one it is, but for kids not to wear masks if they don't want to.
Well, in Florida, I think the teachers really haven't had any choice. I mean, the head of the Department of Education here and the governor have
Right.
pushed the teachers to be back live throughout the entire thing.
Right.
And we can't even trust the data regarding the number of people who've become tested in the schools or who are positive, or the number of teachers who have been tested positive and or who've died. I mean, it's really kind of appalling. And I think I saw a headline, I didn't read the article, that I think the Department of Justice is looking into DeSantis's management of it because in part what's happened in the education system here. And in part of of him doing this favoritism now.
Yeah, for the
with
rich white folks.
vaccines as they're coming into the state.
Right. The rich white folks.
Right, up in the villages and then down in Sarasota.
Give me
him favoring-
$250,000 and I'll line you
They
up.
say that's true even in places like New York and stuff. I mean, they say
Of course.
people stream in from all over the place and New Yorkers can't get a shot, but all kinds of other people can.
Yeah,
Very odd.
it's
But
happening here.
hopefully if he says that, you know, if Biden says that, if Biden says that, you know, a shot for every adult by the end of May or beginning of May or whatever it is, that'll be a good thing.
Yeah,
That's availability. That's
Yeah.
availability of the vaccine. You still have to get it in your arm. That's
What?
gonna be the gauntlet.
Say what?
That's gonna be the pinch point. The holdup is gonna be the actual vaccination inoculation process.
Right.
Vaccine will be available by the end of June. She's gonna have to get
Right.
inoculated.
Right.
That's the holdup.
I think some places are really trying to get it together, and that's good. Using the military and, you know,
Getting there slowly but surely.
I'm glad you teachers are getting it in Ohio. And I think I heard a blurb tonight. Some areas of Florida are only giving, or some administrators of vaccines are only giving jabs to teachers who are over 50.
yeah.
But then it said some drugstores or some administrators are giving them to anybody who can show an ID that they're a teacher, regardless of age, which is good.
Yeah, they herded us into the local joint vocational school 1 hour for about 120 of us, and we just long lines and herded us through. I think I was the second one to be finished, and very, very fast. But we'll be 4 out of 5 days in person in a month. So I'm just ready for the end of the year. But it'll be interesting because I'm teaching kids at home and in the classroom, and I did it for the first time the other day. I was buckets of sweat just pouring off of me just from the anxiety of kids in the class. Kids are talking on Zoom, trying to get the two together with a mask. It's hot. I can't hear anything. I can't say anything. I was just like, oh man, I'm in the wrong job.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's really tough.
Yeah, I wonder how many people are going to survive that.
I thought that thing that, I just saw that thing that you posted, Dana, about the kindergarten teacher. That little funny thing that he
Right,
does.
yeah. I didn't send that to you, Brom. When I sent it to David
Right.
Lincoln, I think, and Holly.
It's very funny.
It is funny. It was an Instagram about an adult behaving like a kindergartner on Zoom.
Yeah, he was
I'll look that
imitating a kindergarten, a teacher imitating a kindergartner, teaching kindergartners what he's confronted with. It's impossible, I'm
I
sure.
can't imagine. What did you
But
say
I don't
before,
think it's
Morgan?
probably that much
Missed
easier
you.
for older kids either. You know, I mean, geez, that's tough.
Yeah, I can't imagine, and I don't understand how they can have an expectation that you can do face-to-face and Zoom at the same time with a class, with whatever number of people you're dealing with, 20 or 30. It's craziness. It's crazy.
It
How
is
you doing,
strange.
Peters?
Maybe in like a high school or a university setting where people are going to be quiet, who are on Zoom or who are remote, but
Right.
not with kids, not with babies.
Now, yeah, they would, that age group would be more respectful, I would think.
Oh.
Well, they know how to be quiet and they know how to,
Right.
I mean, if they
They know how
choose
to
not to
mute.
pay,
They know how to mute themselves, Holly.
yeah, right.
But I think also just the stress of having your Zoom recorded and then knowing that parents could review it later and every word out of your mouth, kind of being your classroom supervised every day by kids' parents. I think that's got to be very stressful.
Well, luckily in our district, we were not allowed to do that. Our union stepped up and said, we're not recording anything. So I agree. That would be crazy. And I think you're right. Some people do that, but luckily we're not having any of that done.
But can't the kids go ahead and record anything?
If you have that setting on, but that setting is off for us. Yeah. Luckily, that was one of the first things they told us. Yep.
Woman who lives downstairs from me, she's a teacher in Delaware County, I think for the same age group as you, Bronwyn, and they have that policy is in place. She said it's nuts.
It's like you're juggling. Record?
Yeah.
Can't imagine.
So you get judged by wacky parents.
Right.
or just being chaotic, and not being able to manage it. People complaining like she's not doing it right.
That's what I mean. Yeah, it would just be constant.
Give it a go if you're so critical. You would think that they would be happy for them to be out of the house.
Well, it is a little eye-opening.
I have no kids. I have no way to speak.
Well, parents do hear us. I have had multiple times when a parent, I'll be speaking with somebody and they'll mention, oh yeah, I heard you the other day. And that was really interesting what you were talking about the other day. And yeah, I heard you through the wall and that was a fun activity. And I'm just like, oh, there are probably dozens of people listening while you're teaching a lesson and you can't see them. You don't know where they are. It's sometimes you start to think about that and your words just, you can't speak.
Well,
I bet you're doing great, Bronwyn.
Well, thanks, but we're making it. We're making it.
I'm sure you are.
Well, this is where the body language would come in. I still remember when I was a little kid and you used to use the curled up tongue expression to say, I'm gonna kill you.
Holly said that?
Yeah. She used to curl her
What
tongue
did
up.
I say? I didn't hear that. I know the tongue.
Yeah. Well, that was the expression, and it said a lot.
Yeah.
Can you still do it, Holly?
Yeah, let's see it.
I hope not.
Shit.
Oh!
Bite my tongue and get ready to fight.
That was the look, and you knew if you got that, the next minute you were gonna get smacked.
Yep. Or something maybe even worse than that.
Some body language you can use in the classroom, Brahma.
That's right.
The parents can't hear you.
I
Yeah.
don't know why I did that. Why I rolled my tongue, and I don't know why that happened. It was
We have-
frustrating being the oldest of you guys. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, are we gonna complain about that now? Is that
Well,
what's
that's what it was. That's what it was
Oh.
about. That's what he's talking about. My frustration with being, irritated to pieces by these
Ring, ring.
monkeys. Monkeys.
No problem. Pretty hard.
I think we all got that genetically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you didn't have to deal with it. David didn't have to deal with it.
No. You're misreading what I mean. I mean
Oh.
it in the sense of like, we all like to complain constantly.
Doesn't do any good.
Constantly.
That's for sure.
I definitely didn't lick it off the ground. Let me put it that way. I love you, Mom.
Well,
Well, I know, Holly, that Patty, my mom speaks often of how hard it was to be the first of all her siblings. She had, what did she have? 6? I should know that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
She was the eldest, and I think she definitely gets that, how hard it was. That it doesn't sound easy when she tells me stories of having to be the mother, because her mom was busy having kids. She spent her time in the hospital, and so kudos, not easy. Speaking of siblings, I see Odessa and Pawpaw.
oh, are you going to bed, Paul?
Bye.
I love you.
Night.
Friends.
I love you, kiddo.
No, you're unmuted now that he's gone.
And there's Dessa, all clean.
Yeah, I was always told to set a good example. That was the phrase that I got over and over again. You have to set a good example for your brothers and sisters.
Oh boy.
Well,
Yeah.
that didn't happen. That's probably why I was told it so much.
Do you know what Joseph's mother would tell she had 11, tell
I
them
know, it's
if they
insane.
fought, what would she say?
She says, I don't care. There's going to be one winner, and that's me.
And she would also say,
I'm going to rip your arm off and beat you over the head with a bloody stump.
I love it. I think of that often,
Well, see,
Joseph. I love that.
Mom didn't do that, and Dad wasn't there. Basically, during his working years, he was away a lot. And Mom was pretty, I don't know what you would call it.
Joseph, are you still Zooming with your family every week or every other week?
Yes, every week, every Saturday.
And
Good.
going as well as it has been, or how is that?
Yeah, like the people are like, a lot of them are getting vaccinated, which is good.
Yeah, it is good.
Everybody was having trouble, and then within the last 3 or 4 weeks, boom, 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 all of a sudden people started getting vaccinated.
Right.
My oldest brother is getting his through the VA, I think this week.
Excellent.
My oldest sister is having problems because she's taking care of her husband, who's even older, and driving anywhere is just a problem. I mean, I think they got slots like an hour, I think it's less than an hour away. I mean, Delaware, how big is Delaware? It takes you less than an hour to drive from one end to the other. But she decided that was too far, and so they're just not they're not getting it, but you know.
They're waiting for it to come closer to them.
Yeah, and so, and she's complaining too. She does that.
You know, I think one of the biggest challenges we're seeing and hearing about here in Florida is with all of these communities of essentially homebound seniors who are old and frail, is that, you know, they can't come out and stand in the sun or the rain and wait for hours and,
Oh.
you know, go to appointments where they're late. You know, they're going to need home health aides to knock on the door or go to their, you know, if they're in an HOA or something, go to their clubhouse.
Right.
They don't have, they can drive their little golf cart, or they can.
Or even just in little communities like this, you know,
Yeah.
where, right.
And that's going to hold up until they kind of figure that out and get out to them, because some of them are so frail. I mean, they don't go anywhere. You know,
Right.
they're completely dependent on.
Well, Dad wouldn't have been.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
Brahman, and you know,
Well,
he
Brown
went,
would have taken him, but he
Right.
wouldn't be doing it if he was on his own.
and he wouldn't be doing it if it was, you know, 90 degrees or, you know, there was 6 feet of snow on the ground. I mean, you might say, okay, well, it's too difficult, you know.
Right.
Um,
I'm sure there are people like that here.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be a real challenge in places like Florida, where there's a significant older community
Right.
that's not institutionalized, you know, that,
Right.
yeah. But
I don't know, but I imagine in this little community, there are enough people who are sort of into everything, you know, I mean, they know everything, they do everything, that they will step up probably for those, because they know them. I mean,
Right.
you know, the 90-year-olds and there aren't that isn't a huge part of the population, but there definitely are some here.
Yeah.
You know, people who aren't driving and.
Yeah, there was somebody on the news last night and he gave out the number of, he called them homebound, that are being serviced by his association. And I think it was way up there in the numbers.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
Right.
Um,
Well, hopefully it's going to get easier and easier as more and more vaccines are available and people begin to really, I mean, they're going to be at CVS, they're going to be at Walgreens, they're going to be, you know, so if people can get to those places, even if they don't have, and they're doing it through churches and,
yeah.
you know, I mean, I think they're trying to be helpful in a kind of an oddball way.
Right. We understand that the FEMA sites that have just opened here in Florida, one is in Tampa.
Right.
And they were taking walk-ins, supposedly.
Right. And Miami, Orlando, Tampa, and somewhere else.
Maybe Tallahassee or Jacksonville or somewhere.
Maybe, yeah. But there need to be more and more like that.
Yeah. So
I think there will be.
Thought about it. We've thought about going and trying to be there at 7 o'clock in the morning because they only have 2,000 doses.
Right.
You can do, Dana, is go to one of those sites and let them know that you're not eligible yet, but you're willing to wait for a shot that becomes available and show up. And I've heard that they will sort of process you and have you put off to the side and wait until they know how many extra doses they have at the end of the day because nobody showed up for them.
Yeah. There are some people who do that. Publix doesn't do that. They do their associates.
Yep. Kim, are you talking about the FEMA sites or are you talking about other sites?
Well, this was at a FEMA site. One of the co-hosts on the talk, who's out in California, was talking about going to one of the sites run by the National Guard. And she is talking with them and she said, you know, I'm not eligible age-wise, but I'm a single mom with a young son. Her husband passed away. He was a Broadway dancer. He passed away back in the
Oh, yeah, I
spring.
remember him.
And she waited, most of the day, but was able to get her shot.
Right.
That in Philadelphia, the FEMA has taken over the convention center, and they're making that apparent to people who are willing to wait. But I've heard of people waiting up to 13 hours
Yeah.
That's
to
crazy.
get the shot.
That's crazy.
But it's people who are not, like, I could go and do that on my days off because
Right.
I'm technically not eligible. I'm eligible by my employer, but there's obviously people who are more in need who haven't gotten it yet. So I don't know how fast I would get it, in a waiting line like that.
Right.
Kind of the luck of the draw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to start chasing it again because I think they just lifted the age restriction on Group 1C in Maryland. So we're gonna start chasing.
What
it
about
again.
you, David? Are you gonna be able to get vaccinated?
I think I'd probably be ahead of Jill because I think I would be classified as a infrastructure, like in the general construction field, even though I'm not like a construction worker. But I'm not gonna get mine until kind of Jill's class is eligible because because
Well, are they opening
I
it
know
up?
once the grandparents are hold on, I'm right in the middle of talking. Just pause for a second. No. But not do that.
I'm gonna listen to some stuff while
Okay.
I play.
That's great.
Break and Scott will come back.
I'm not in any rush.
Well, how are they doing there? Are they getting the older people done and teachers and
They're getting there.
they're opening it up to those people?
No, they're still on those first groups. They're not progressing much into where I'm not eligible yet. I'm like think the way we have a website, it's like Vaccine Connector.
Right.
And it will tell, like, you basically self-classify, and it will tell you when you're eligible. It'll give you the update that says
And
that
you've done that?
we're all signed up for it. Yeah.
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 That's good.
But I'm not so. I mean, certainly I don't want to get it. I don't want to pass it along to people. But I'm not so worried because Jill and I Jill's at least through fall, I think, working from home. I think Target's not bringing people back until after Labor Day at least. And we're at least through this, I think we're around the same time, summer.
You should be able to get it before that.
I would think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And it is important for everybody to get it. I mean,
Yeah, I'm not like on the fence about it or anything. I'm going to get it, but as Morgan said, like I'm not in a needy position to get it.
yeah, you don't have to stand in line for.
Not even to
13
do my
hours.
job. Like most of my job, even when I have to interact with people, it's usually outside. We've been quite successful at doing all of our like construction updates and stuff via virtual meetings. We like run through, actually they're more successful because they're easily accessible. They're more successful in terms of numbers than our in-person construction open houses mostly were. Once we started construction, we did a round of open houses. I think we were getting mostly like 10 to 20 people. And we planned a a construction update for a small, like one of the neighborhoods, not even all of Minneapolis, just a small one of the neighborhoods of Minneapolis, not a small neighborhood. And we had like 75, 80 people show up last night or yesterday,
Right.
which is awesome for us. So in a way, like, it's one of those things where I hope, and you hear this about the virtual life. You hear about Zoom fatigue, which is a real thing, and don't want to minimize that. But there's certainly, when it comes to, I don't know how you feel, Dan, or anyone else here, but like from a government work perspective, especially when you're public facing and you're like wanting to connect with people, this definitely has its benefits.
Yes. I've watched a couple of the meetings for our local council, our city council, and by virtue of the fact that they can control the agenda and they can, people have to, even on council, have to sort of raise their hand or signal that they want to speak, and then they have the whole public comment time very structured. It seems pretty effective in some ways.
Yeah, there are certainly some benefits. There are drawbacks for sure.
Yeah.
But certainly some benefits to how some of these, how kind of governance is handled in certain ways. All this stuff about lead up to the Chauvin trial, everybody's attending like we are not, honestly, but there's so much more attendance to even like the smallest like budget committee meeting, the Minneapolis City Council. Everybody wants to provide input, which is, I think, a good thing.
Right. And it's easy for people to do.
And it's easy, and it should be easy, right? And I hope that in a way doesn't go away. I hope that just for our little silly project, like even if we have an in-person component, that we always offer that virtual. I mean, if you want to go down to brass tacks, like you could almost start to lump it into like, an accessibility,
Absolutely.
that we had. I think the technology might have been prohibitively to like acquire and do if it wasn't mandatory to like do our normal everyday work. But now that we've got it, it should be the gold standard.
Well, but it is a little skewed for those who don't have that capability.
Yeah, certainly. And yeah, you can talk about the, in Minnesota, we've got like the broadband issue where if you're not in one of the bigger cities, Zooming is hard. Like having a good, reliable internet connection. We have meetings with folks who used to reliably commute from an hour outside of the cities, right? They're county employees that would like come in every day. But it's not like an hour, like Dan, is commuting in where you're still in a major metropolitan area. Like you get an hour outside of these cities, like the Twin Cities, and you're in the boondocks. And broadband service drops off significantly if you're not in one of the hubs, like the rural hubs, like a Brainerd or a Bemidji or Duluth. And so, but what that does is that's also good because it highlights, even in we have the only divided legislature in the country. And it even highlights something that's been hard to do for a while now, which is devote money to upgrading that infrastructure. Like suddenly it's bipartisan, right? Like, oh, Greater Minnesota, like suddenly needs this in order to just do jobs, not just as the need is amplified. So that's good. But there are other needs that are highlighted as well and addressed. We'll see.
Was a big boost for infrastructure, and we were late coming to the game because because certainly all of Europe and most of Asia was way ahead of us in 3G and then 4G because they didn't have the landline technology. And so that was how everybody was communicating, if they were communicating at all. So when we got to 4G, most of the rest of the world was way ahead of us. We're still catching up. There's parts of rural, America, as you just described, that have no connectivity, and that's not as common in many third world nations.
Right.
That's all they have. But we're catching up, fortunately.
Oh, we got the plane.
Just passing through.
So who's watching TV? Or who's watching Netflix and Disney, and what's out there that's good?
We just watched Nomadland, and we thought that was pretty good.
What is that on?
It's on Netflix, I think.
I thought it was on Hulu.
It's on Hulu.
Oh.
And
I'm going to try to watch the sequel to Coming to America before I read the reviews, because there's no way it's a good movie, but I want to see it.
It's going to be a good movie.
No, there's no way.
No? Just
Matt
when the
started
people
it.
involved.
You don't suddenly like pop out a fresh concept to that kind of movie 30 years
They're
after,
claiming it's funnier than the original.
I
and
think,
have it be
I think it's going to be
equal
good.
and close. But I'm gonna do it for the nostalgia factor and do it.
Yes. Me too, David Lee.
Well, I've seen some interviews with Arsenio Hall, and it's pretty, and a couple clips, and of course they show you funny clips, but it's pretty funny.
Yeah,
it
Nomad.
looks like. Go ahead, Bronwyn.
No. Go ahead, Dave.
I was going to say I haven't heard anything about that, but last night we were watching one of the late MSNBC people talking to Sacha Baron Cohen about the Chicago 7.
Right. I
And
want
that
to see
looks
that.
like it'll be quite well done.
It's already on Netflix.
We went
I
to
thought it
camp
was
with
already
him.
on something.
It's already on Netflix, Mom.
I think it is. I haven't watched it yet, though.
Yeah. We went to
Okay.
camp with Dellinger. Do you remember that? You were little.
We went to what?
Camp, Lake Winnipesaukee, with David Dellinger of the Chicago 7. See, all that camp was really a political camp, and Ann and Dad and Grandma and Grandpa and Mom, the adults would have these big meetings all day, these big kind of roundtable discussions and political discussions, I think, for the most part. And he was part of that. And I roomed with his daughters, or at least one of them. There might have been two, in a cabin. They were a little older than I was, but that was.
So what year was that, Holly?
I don't know.
Well, think
I must
about it.
have. Well, I will think about it.
So would it be 63, 62?
Maybe in there. Maybe in there, because that's probably about the age I think of myself as being, is in that time frame.
Uh-huh.
It's like Jacobstown.
It was a neat place. I mean, I liked it. I had fun there.
So that was right in New Jersey?
No, New Hampshire.
Oh, really? Okay.
I think isn't Lake Winnipesaukee in New Hampshire?
I don't know.
One of those New England states. I don't think it's Massachusetts. I think it's And I don't think it's Vermont. I think it's New Hampshire.
So it was like a week-long thing, or
At least a week.
really?
And we all went.
Hmm.
And Ann and Jigs, you know, I mean, that was right up their alley, Dad and you know, Grandma and Grandpa, but certainly Dad and Ann and Jigs were involved.
New Hampshire,
Where is it?
New Hampshire,
New Hampshire.
foothills of the White Mountains.
So it
It's
must be
pretty.
near where Therese and Jim are.
What?
Joseph's sister and brother-in-law, Therese and Jim, live up in New Hampshire. They actually had, you know, back in the 70s, right, gone up there and with a group of other people essentially bought a mountain, a hill, and built off the grid. They raised their two sons off the grid, built the house that they're in.
It's very cool.
And it's up in the White Mountains area of New Hampshire.
Uh-huh.
It's not real close, but New Hampshire's not a big state, so it's probably an hour away.
That's due north of Boston.
Yeah.
Wrong one had a day.
Oh, sorry. I'm just a yawner.
Wrong one's ready. Well, you were in Northfield Mount Herman's in New Hampshire, right?
Yeah, Massachusetts. I mean, it's very,
Massachusetts. That was
yeah, it's very close in there, wedged in there. Yep, good old NMH. How about Ashley and Sam?
I'm
Then
gonna go because I'll go to work in the morning.
Oh, Morgan.
Morgan,
And
Yes,
how,
yes.
I'm sending you what I promised to send you before out tomorrow morning.
The boots.
No, not the fucking boots. And do you want me to have
Know
them
that I did not drop the F-bomb tonight.
There are no kids around.
sign during
Sarah, I
bed?
don't want you to send me anything. What are you sending me?
Something I took a long time to get ready. The question
I-
is, do you want me to have them, you sign for it, or do you want me to just leave it inside the door type?
Absolutely no signature, please. I've just dealt with that with my new phone getting delivered for the past 3 days. It's a
Oh,
nightmare.
We just have so many things
You have
stolen
to
here. I
drive
just
out
wanted
to like the suburbs to get it.
No, I screamed at FedEx last night and today for an hour at work, and they delivered it. My neighbor, thankfully, was still here this afternoon, and she signed for it for me.
I remember in Baltimore, whenever I missed a package, I had to drive out to like Santon
Well,
or something.
that was what I was going to have to do. I was going to have to go out
like
to the
go to their receiving facility. It was a nightmare.
yeah, there, Amazon, if I order something from Amazon, they say, don't you want to go pick it up at wherever? And I'm like,
Oh,
Well,
why would I
didn't-
want to do that?
I'd rather have it stolen.
I bought a new phone for my birthday. It's my first new phone in 7 years. And so Verizon, the company that I've gone with, they allocated that it had to be signature only. But if you put, like, Sarah, if you send me something and you write on there, please leave inside the building or please leave inside front door, it'll be fine.
Okay,
What kind of phone did you get?
I got the new Samsung S21.
That's what I want.
We're at
Beautiful.
S21.
It's
S21. I'm
beautiful.
an S7. Are you serious? We have
That's what I have.
S21.
Is
Like my
I have a
little-
7. I'm ready for 21.
From when I got my S8 7 years ago.
Oh, okay.
So
Well, look, can we see your
I got a
phone?
trade-in. I got
I have a
trade-in.
7,
Go
but
7.
I haven't had it that long. I haven't had it 7 years.
We'll see.
Didn't
She's
they jump from
beautiful.
10 to 21?
What?
Didn't
What?
they jump from 10 to 21? It didn't go straight up to 21.
Okay,
No,
good.
there was an 11.
There's so many weird little models.
So
There was an
Morgan,
11
can
we
we
decided to
see it?
change. Oh yeah.
Isn't that pretty?
Look at the camera,
Look at that
Sid.
camera.
Oh my gosh, is that 6?
No, it's 3.
Oh,
Can you hold it up?
Lights and.
hi, Odessa. Ooh.
Like it looks like my old phone.
Yeah, it does. Is it about the same size?
No, I got the Ultra and it's a little larger.
Oh, a little. Okay.
Hi.
Not bad though. It's not huge.
But it's beautiful and it's so fast. The only problem is I've noticed that I'm getting phone calls on this phone, the old one. Everything else on this. So that's fun.
Oh.
That'll be tomorrow's project.
Jeez.
That's fun.
I
So
love technology.
what exact model did you get?
The S21 Ultra.
Ultra. Okay. Cool.
But the reason I did it is because my phone, my old phone, they gave me $750 as a trade-in.
Well, that's cool.
Nice.
What?
They won't give me $750.
Because iPhone is like not from the same year, you get like $10.
Well, so every other company I called, they were only going to offer $350, but Verizon is doing a promotional thing at the moment, and they checked
Oh.
out my phone. It's never had any issues. There's no damage to it. I mean, fingers crossed until I can get it into the mail, but yeah,
Wow.
so I went with the more expensive trade-in. But Verizon's supposed to be very good in Philly because of being connected to Comcast.
Right?
So we'll see.
Good.
It's so
I think-
fast. As soon
I
as I
think it's
turned
a-
it on, it was like a dream compared to my old phone. It's just like the best day ever when you get a new device.
It's
like
supposed
I
to be
don't.
great for taking little videos.
Oh yes, I'm going to be in charge of doing a lot of our marketing at the moment because apparently I got promoted this week.
Oh, congrats.
Again,
No, I
Yay.
mean, like I didn't get a rate. Like no. This is a startup. So a startup means like you could get a new job the next week. Like next week I could be the janitor as well. Like you never know. So, but I'm very excited because I'm going to be doing a lot of our Instagram stuff. So I'm excited about that. You guys should all follow us. We started this new program actually this week as well, which is called Too Good to Go, which is a food waste organization. But unlike, some companies I've worked for in the past and some organizations that are based in Philadelphia, we're not donating our food to people in need. It's actually more of an environmental organization in terms of cutting back on food waste. So we actually are making a profit. It sounds bad, but it's good. We make a profit on selling things that are damaged or old or what we would consider to be waste. And obviously in the confection chocolate world, it's usually just about the way it looks that we can't sell it. And so we get a third back and people will pay a third of the price what the normal retail value is, but it's not wasted. So it's more of an environmental incentive. And the hope is obviously that we're not doing it full time. We're doing it at the moment because we had a foul up in the chocolate kitchen with a filling that got into one of our bonbons. So we had 750 bonbons that were an incorrect flavor.
What flavor was
So-
it?
Are you ready for this?
If it's not coconut, I'll take it.
No, it was lavender pecan.
Ugh.
Ugh.
It didn't taste really lavendery, but it's not something that we can sell.
Yeah.
That's
You just
not
name that-
something anybody
you just
would
name
take.
that flavor old lady.
It happens to espresso.
Anyway, but we've got we have some ways sometimes coming off bakes, with old pastry that we freeze, and it's been a great incentive. And we've had, for the first week, we've sold out everything we've offered. So the way it works is every day at 4 p.m., our number for the next day goes forward, and whoever has the app can go on and purchase it, and the bag is $4.99, and it's a surprise bag, so they have no idea what they're getting. They're not allowed to be like, I'm a vegan, no
Ooh.
gluten. You know, like you get what you get.
Right.
And it's that case for all restaurants and partners that are with this company. And then, you know, it sells out. And tonight we sold out in 7 minutes.
Wow.
And so
Awesome.
people come and pick this up? Is that the deal?
And
So
then
you
they
have to-
swipe themselves. They're
So you
dealing with all
basically have
the
to be
apps
local
themselves.
to take advantage of that.
You have to be local to take advantage of it?
Well, I mean, this company started in New York and they're based now in Philadelphia, Boston, DC. They're all over Europe. They're actually their biggest European country, mom, is France.
And it's called Good to Go?
Too good to go.
Good to go. Or too good to wait. I don't know. You know, it's not supposed to be a full-time thing because we're not always going to have waste. We're not like a restaurant
Right.
that's like throwing away
And
bucket
it's
loads
too
of
good
food
to
at the
go.
end of the night.
But
Too good to go.
that's great.
And there's like .USA for the US one, .UK for the UK one, .fr for France. I think it's in Germany. We have it in the Netherlands. We have it up in some Scandinavian countries, Germany. I think it's in Portugal. We have it in Canada. And then it's right now it's in 4 cities in the US. They're trying to move out west because obviously the plethora of fresh produce out there is way better than this coast in a lot of ways.
Right. Except for
and-
Florida strawberries right now.
No, I'm surprised my mom hasn't sent me any photos.
Of strawberries?
Yes. I love strawberries.
They're beautiful right
Mm.
I
now.
know.
Even at Publix, they have organic ones. And it's three kind of big containers. You know, I mean, they're not a pint. They're more than a pint. They might be 2-pint containers.
They're a pound, Holly.
Okay. For $10.
$5.
Right.
And that's
Wow.
at Publix for organic, which is nice. And then I just have to, I mean, I ate almost the whole one. It's either eat them or watch the fruit flies
Yep.
go crazy.
Mhm.
I'm jealous.
Yes.
But yeah,
I-
but it's a good organization. And yeah, I mean, if you guys are on social media, you should follow both companies and obviously follow me. Because I'm going to be doing a lot more on the marketing standpoint on
So it's too good to waste.usa.
Too Good To Go. .usa is on Instagram. I think if you just Google Too Good To Go, Holly, I'm sure that you can go on their site. But on Instagram, it'll be by country.
Okay.
And put a link in the chat, Holly, to the website.
Right. Okay.
They're like, as a client, I haven't bought anything from them. It's a little clunky, you know, but they started in New York and I think they're in DC, Boston, Philadelphia. And I think that might be it in the US, but they're trying to get out west. They're really trying to push for Seattle.
Sounds about right.
So that's my news, but I'm going to leave because I need to go eat something and go to bed.
All right. It's already, it's after 8.
Hi, Morgan.
I know, but I'm old now, so that's okay.
Yep.
Older.
It doesn't
Okay.
get
Hi,
better.
Bye, everybody.
Hi, Morgan. Love you
Bye,
lots.
Morgan.
Bye, sweet.
Bye.
Daniel, I've got a quick question for you.
Right.
Mm.
Do you know where the Van Gogh thing is gonna be?
No, I don't. I saw that and I don't know where it is.
Is it gonna be one of your Smithsonian's or is it gonna be something like the National Building Museum? Why are they being so,
I think it's
secretive
just
about it?
virtual, Sarah.
no, Kim, it's not. It's actually gonna be a physical location, but that's supposed to be a secret, which is why they're not committing until July. The first available date is the end of July. And for the amount of money, depending on the day of the week, they're definitely talking about physicality.
Experience. It's an experience that you can immerse in. And I don't know where it is.
Okay, but you would know if it was a Smithsonian, right?
I would know if it was in one of my museums, so it's not in one of mine that I know of, but I don't know where it is.
Okay. Well, it's not cheap for the experience, and they've got the stuff for doing the virtual reality, and you'd have to go someplace to take advantage of that anyway.
Why?
Right, yeah, it's an immersive thing where you are in the space while it's happening around you.
Right, right. I just thought you might know.
I don't know, let's see if I can find out.
Thanks.
Holly, is the 14th, let's see, what are we today? The 5th.
It's the 5th.
All right, so
9 more days.
9 more days.
Sunday, right?
It's a Sunday or Saturday?
It's a Sunday, just like last time.
Right.
You don't have to come and see me though.
Well, we might.
All right.
You can't get yours closer in, Holly?
No, you have to go back to where you got it, or you have to start over again, and I'm not going to do that.
Oh my God, they don't do that here.
I
They're
think,
encouraging people to do that, but as long as you've got the certificate that you have it in the location,
Yeah,
you
but
can.
Yeah, I know, but I don't even want to fuss with it.
yeah.
What I want to do though is get home before I'm hoping I don't feel bad. That's what I'm hoping.
Just decide not to feel bad.
Well, I'm trying to, but you know, I'm surrounded by,
Don't feel bad.
you know, when people say, oh, I was sick for 2 days, and I'm like, oh God, don't tell me that. I got to drive 2.5 hours. I don't want to feel
I
like
think
They say
it's
it
not
doesn't
gonna hit
usually-
you till the next
Holly,
day.
say the effects are
that's
not
what I
usually-
think. I think if I'm gonna feel funny, it'll be the next day or that night
that
or
night.
something.
that night and the next day, if you're gonna feel bad.
Yeah.
The
Well,
two
So,
people I talked to didn't feel it until late that night and then the next morning.
but it's different for everybody. Some people don't feel it at all, and that's what I'm hoping.
Just
But
take
you know,
What did you say?
supposedly you can take a little Tylenol and you know, sleep it off.
David, what did you say?
take an Uber
Yeah,
to Tampa and back.
yeah.
Or you could come to our house and spend the night and feel
Can't
bad.
because I have an early morning dog walk.
Ah,
That's the
Bring the dog.
problem. I have an early morning dog walk Monday through Friday for at least through April. And I'm just hoping it, I mean, I'll beg off that if I can't, you know, if I'm not functioning well, but I'm hoping that it won't, that I'll be good. But, you know, people love to tell you their horror stories.
Yeah.
I go, I don't know. I don't want to have that happen. Thank you. I just want to get home. I mean, before anything happens, that's, you know, it's my only thing.
Yeah.
But I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm thrilled.
You got Moderna, right, Holly?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's the one that has the most.
see, this is what I get.
I'm just telling you what I'm just
I
telling you
know.
what
I
they are.
believe me. I know. People tell you.
Hey, I haven't show Grandma Holly that.
What?
What's in your right hand? No, not Paddington, the other one. Paddington's cool.
And I don't think it'll
the
be.
family. Ooh.
Aw. Kitty, why don't you show
Kitty,
your friends?
kitty, kitty.
Who is that?
That hasn't.
A kitty cat.
That was in.
That is a puppet, a folk Manus puppet.
And it was in our car for
Years.
about 3 or 4 years.
Aw.
Hi.
Closed, but I can actually make it open.
Yeah.
It's a puppet.
A well-traveled cat.
Is that the first one? I guess that's the first one I gave you,
Yeah.
right?
That cat is actually so realistic that it has been like stopped at checkpoints for having a live animal where you're not supposed to have them.
Wow.
Multiple times.
And we took it into a few Minnesota Lynx games because it kind of has a lynxy
Look.
look to it. And people are like, have to like double take, like, oh my God, you actually brought it.
Like, especially when it's in with her, like when she was little, so many people give it a double take. It's like perfect size, like.
Yeah.
You get these two.
Oh, I get car cat time?
It is kind of snuggly.
It's
It
sleepover Friday.
Oh,
You want to go say goodnight?
sleepover Friday.
Good night, sweetheart.
Nice.
Uh,
Hi, sweetie.
A recording of the chase.
I love you.
You read some books and cuddle.
And I
Where are you
say-
gonna sleep over?
What's that?
Where is she sleeping over?
We sleep in the basement together on Friday nights.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
Yep.
Cool.
have fun.
My car cat in Paddington.
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 And I get my
Yeah,
lion and
pig,
play with him.
pig and
Full
lion.
stop.
Can't miss those. Yep.
Does that mean it's a really
Yeah.
early Saturday morning?
Help us.
Hi, Maria. I see you in the periphery.
We'll make the homemade as we. Maybe I'll call her dad to make it. How's that sound, Dad?
There she is.
He did it last time.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Whoa, who's that teenager?
Hey, my box.
I don't know who that teenager is.
Absolutely.
You do look like a teenager.
Hasn't seen another kid for like a year. Ugh, time.
I know. It won't be long. It
Right.
won't be that much longer, hopefully.
Right.
Bring that one. Yeah, something big like that.
It'll be fun when it gets warmer and you can go up to the lake.
Yeah.
So,
all your
Bronwyn,
grandparents.
Bronwyn, what week is your mother-in-law talking about for the lake?
Well, she just changed it, but it was mentioned like July. I think July, unfortunately. End of like July 11 or something. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen, but we'll see. It would be nice to see my mom. I haven't seen her in a year or two, but maybe bring her here. I don't know what. So we'll see. I can't wait to get to the store. I haven't actually been in a store for like a year. Isn't that sad? And the first place I'm
Really?
going, Sarah, I know it's ridiculous, is Drug Mart, Sarah, to get you some of that coffee you like. I haven't been able to get it.
Are you serious? You get everything delivered?
I do curbside pickup at Village Market, which is right next to it, but Drug Mart doesn't do it. That's the
Oh,
first thing
wow.
I'm getting. I'm gonna get like 6 bags. Send them
No,
to
you're
you.
not.
Yes,
Don't
I
do that.
am. I am.
No, no.
It's all I can think about. It'll make me happy.
Oh, God.
And
No, bro.
You really had not walked into a store in a year.
I guess technically, like the UPS store, I've like gone in and like put a package on their. But other than that, no. Isn't that? I know it's ridiculous. It's a little extreme,
Wow.
people. I know.
I go into stores all the time. I just wear my masks and
So do I.
distance
Not all the
and
time, but
carry wipes in my hand for my
Right.
for my little whatever I'm touching.
Mm-hmm.
Ashley's only done curbside pickup or delivery since last March.
Yeah.
All right, we're in the curbside club, Ash and I.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think it's very smart. I can't imagine not going into a store though, I guess.
No, I agree. It's making me a little more cuckoo than usual. So
I
Yeah, I
don't
bet.
trust curbside Target with my vegetables.
Yeah. Right, exactly. I need to be able to pick my vegetables and my
Yeah.
bread and,
It's
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
pretty bougie thing to say, but
Well, Ashley does a lot. She's got a Whole Foods right near her place, and so she
Right.
does a lot of it through them.
that's a,
If she
that's,
gets something she doesn't like, she reports it and they automatically give her credit for it.
Well, that's good.
Jeff Bezos.
She's super picky about her produce and her chicken and,
Huh.
you know, whatever. It's
So they
slightly
know
up-
when they get an order from Ashley, they better be on it.
They've learned.
Uh-oh, it's that Ashley woman. We better.
She called.
She tracked them one time and her delivery went from Gaithersburg up to Clarksburg to Germantown and then back to her before it was delivered to her, before an order was delivered to her house. Like that was the route.
Right.
And she was furious because it took an extra hour. So she's wondering just how cold her cold products were. And sure enough, the ice cream that she ordered had gotten really soft. And the milk was not as cold as she thought it should be. So she immediately got on her phone and started.
Dinging them. That's great. Well, you know, that's,
You pay
You
good
know, and
money at
that's-
Whole Foods, you know, it's,
yeah.
they gotta deliver.
And you know, when she was doing that, she curled her tongue up.
She what?
She curled her tongue up when she did it.
Oh, she curled her tongue. Oh.
all right, you
Oh,
guys, we're
God.
gonna get off. We haven't had dinner yet.
No.
All right,
All right.
All righty.
That's up
Good
to
night,
them.
everybody.
Night, everybody.
Night,
Thank you
everybody.
all.
Take
Love
care.
you
Love
lots.
you, David. I love
Happy
you
St.
all.
Patrick's Day.
Indeed.
you.
Speaking of you.
Indeed.
Wear green
That's right. Don't get punched.
in your house.
Yeah. Adios.
Bye-bye.